Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about the Will of Iron patch preview. So there's a lot of things to cover, so we'll just go through one at a time. So first of all, the main big thing is the Destroyer 3rd spec is being added into the game. And for all my existing Destroyers out there, don't worry, you will be able to switch your VT or your ET badges at the Dragon Express. So the next point is this event, this Christmas event, is not worth doing. It's really not worth your time, mainly because it requires you to complete 6 out of 6 of the dailies and you only get 3 tokens. So what I recommend most people to do is to just do your weeklies and just enjoy your Christmas time, you know? Just do the weeklies, and then for the dailies, don't stress over doing 6 out of 6, especially on your alts, because it's very, very difficult to complete the 6 daily challenge and it's quite time consuming. So I don't recommend people to do it unless you're just doing it on one character. Maybe you're just doing it on your main. Then by all means, you can do the event, because if you're just doing it on one character, it's not too bad. But if you want to do on your alts, this is definitely not an alt-friendly event. So the next thing they've added is a new side story as well as Hangar 0, which is a new 6-man dungeon. So the new side story will unlock the new raid. However, the new raid is not released yet in the West. So we will be doing the side story up to like chapter 6, I think, which unlocks the raid, but we won't actually be able to go into the raid. As for Hangar 0, the legendary piece of equipment it drops is the legendary gloves. So here's the screenshot of the stats. I'll put it on the top right corner. Next thing is in Hangar 0, they have a bunch of weapon skins that drop, and the one of interest is the Force Master weapon skin because it has a green ribbon. Another change they've made is from Cathedral Cliffs and Hangar 0, both of them from the daily reward will give you a Unity Stone chest. So these give you Unity Stones, so that is definitely very interesting. It's pretty good. It gives us access to more Unity Stones, since we do need a lot, especially if you're free to play and you're merging them to try to craft a legendary. I think I've crafted at least like 300 or 400 of them, and I've gotten 2 legendaries so far, so the rate is definitely pretty low. So a little bit of good news over here is that they've added a free material box which anyone can buy for 0 N coin in the Home Moon store, and it gives you quite a few items, which is great for a player just starting out, maybe for your destroyer if you're planning to roll a destroyer, or it can be used on other characters, just maybe on an alt or a new character that you want to try out, because it does give quite a few goodies. So it gives you a Home Moon Heart and Soul Stage 1, a Home Moon Talisman Stage 1, 100 Moonlight Buds. It gives you an Octa Gem chest. Keep in mind that this Octa Gem chest is not a Home Moon variant, so this is not upgradable. It's just forever there as an Octa. It also gives you the supply box, which gives you a Soul and Mystic badge plus bracelet for your Destroyer 3rd spec. Remember, this is specific to the 3rd spec Destroyer. So if you're making a Destroyer and you want to roll like the Shadow spec or the Earth spec, this supply box won't give you the right bracelet or the right Mystic and Soul badges. So this is specifically for 3rd spec. It also gives you a Horizon belt as well as a King's gloves. So this is alright, you know, it's pretty good since it is free and you can give it to whatever character you want. However, this is mainly targeted towards the Destroyers. But then again, you know, you can use this on a gunner or whatever you want. So now we kind of go into a little bit of bad news again, which is that the upgrade cost for the heart will not be changed by December 11. So you guys may have watched my previous video where I ranted a little bit about the upgrade costs being really ridiculous, really silly. So they are talking with the dev team, but apparently it has something to do with the future upgrade changes that the dev team want to do in Korea. They did mention this in the interview where the Korean devs were like, oh, they're looking into changing the upgrade system, but they were mainly referring to Unreal Engine 4. So I don't really understand why they're kind of bringing that into the live servers right now when it's not really finalized. I really wish they were a little bit more transparent about this, but the fact is we're not getting any cost reductions or cost changes on December 11. We're just getting what the Excel sheet said. So PTSs are going to be quite important for a lot of our upgrades. Next point is the Assassin 3rd spec is expected to come in February 2020. We will not be getting the Assassin 3rd spec in this patch, unfortunately, and we're just gonna have to wait until February. In the beginning of the stream, they talked about a roadmap where they were not comfortable posting it. However, I do have the Korean roadmap over here, thanks to Alice's Discord again for providing this. So here is the roadmap for Blade & Soul in 2020 on the Korean servers. So they've already announced Blade & Soul Complete, which includes the graphic remastered. And here is the timeline on what they want to add into each of the servers. So for the live servers, which is the Unreal Engine 3 servers, they will add in Act 11, as well as a new dungeon, as well as Force Master 3rd Spec. So the Force Master 3rd Spec, the Yin and Yang, will be added into the game before we get Unreal Engine 4. So if we were to follow this time frame, we will be getting Force Master 3rd Spec sometime between Q1 to Q2 of next year. So that is definitely interesting news, and it kind of tells us that the next class will be Force Master, who will get the 3rd Spec. As for Frontier server, which is the Unreal Engine 4 server, what they want to implement is the new BNS, brand new combat system, as well as the brand new class, which is the Brain Tactician. Again, this is a direct translation, so we don't actually know what it's going to be called. And they're also adding in new PvP maps, and they want to put a lot of emphasis on siege and faction wars. So this is the Korean roadmap for 2020. As for the NA and EU version, we will not be getting the roadmap until January, so next month, because next month is the Blade & Soul anniversary, and we will probably get it in the form of a developer's letter. So we won't be getting a developer's letter in December, like how we normally get it, but we'll be getting it in January, so a month later, so it's not too bad. It has also been confirmed on the stream that we will be getting the Nightfall Sanctuary raid nerfs. So again, here are the changes. The link is in the description below if you just want to click on that and read it in higher definition. It's also confirmed that we're getting the October class balance changes, which I have also posted in the description below. However, keep in mind that the one posted below is everything that has been changed in Korea, and there's a couple things that we won't be getting in the West yet, such as the auto farm feature. So for those who don't know, there's a auto play system that has been added into the Korea servers where you go into like battlegrounds and it basically just auto farms the NPCs for you, like Soulstone Plains, and you just AFK and it farms for you. However, obviously there is some room of grieving, so you can go to Soulstone Plains or go to wherever and kill these people who are auto farming, and if you kill them, they just AFK at spawn and they won't go back to auto farming. I don't know if we're going to get this in the West, because that would raise a lot of red flags, because, you know, it's kind of like pure AFK simulator. But then again, we did get auto fishing, so who knows. But we will not be getting that auto farm feature yet, so just keep that in mind. Next thing is about the auto fishing. So now we know that the auto baits will cost 10 silver each, and it consumes 1 per auto fish, which is pretty nice. It's 10 silver, it's not overly expensive. And something that they've removed from the game is the auto kick feature, which is kind of interesting. So if you don't use BNS Buddy and you just play the game vanilla, what happens is if you AFK too long in the game, it automatically boots you out and puts you to your character select screen. And so they're removing this. It's probably because they know that a lot of people will be using auto fishing, and auto fishing does make you basically AFK for 12 hours. And so they had to remove it in order to make the auto fishing thing work. And so this is quite interesting. You could always remove it if you ever use BNS Buddy, but now they just totally removed it from the game. Next thing is, during the duration of this event, you can use the Angler Pearls to buy reputation charms. Reputation charms are interesting to say the least. I personally wouldn't buy any of the reputation charms with the Angler Pearls. I would use them to buy the material pouches, because you will be able to get quite a lot of materials just by using the auto fishing feature. So last but not least is Trove. So this is a very touchy subject because they've added a lot of pay-to-win elements into this Trove, especially this time, which rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And so the main items that they've added is you can get a True Tiger or True Dragon Soul. You can also get your Cathedral Cliffs bracelet, as well as all the legendary gears from Cathedral Cliffs downward. So Trove has always been like a pay to catch up sort of method. And a lot of people use Trove to buy materials, buy oils, and just stock up on materials and accelerate their progress. But you could never buy the latest items, like the newest gear. So being able to buy the Cathedral Cliffs bracelet rubs a lot of people the wrong way, because you shouldn't be able to buy that. Even though it doesn't really affect a lot of players, to be honest, but it just rubs it the wrong way because it kind of gives us the impression that NC West and NC Soft want to go towards a more pay-to-win direction. Personally, it doesn't bother me as much because it doesn't affect my enjoyment of the game. But I do understand there are a lot of concerns that, hey, if you can buy a true Dragon Soul or a true Tiger Soul, as well as the Cathedral Cliffs bracelet, like what's stopping whales from just swiping and getting all the newest gear and skipping any sort of hard work? And, you know, I really don't have a comeback for that, so it is what it is. But this is just how Trove is this time. And finally, the last point is there's nothing in Trove that really interests me this time. So unfortunately, I will not be Troving this time. So I'm sorry that there won't be any Trove video this time. But hopefully during the anniversary event, they add something more interesting. Maybe some more cosmetics. I heard that on the stream they were hinting that Dante is working on some new pets or new outfits, so I'm definitely interested in that. I've always liked Dante's work, so looking forward to the anniversary event. But yeah, that's it for the patch preview. Hopefully it was useful. If it was, I would appreciate a subscribe. Or if you want to go the extra mile, please consider becoming a member. Speaking about members, I'd like to thank Kevin, Zillintex, Overgamers, Yatogami, Arisoya, Gonzola, Jeremy Chen, Niana, Pearl Style, Linaren, Toots McGee, Solar Hero, ST Sin 2, and Key for supporting the channel. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
What can I say except you're welcome for the heals, the boosts, the rest.